Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back to listen to me tell you a little something something about my life. Thank you all to um, thank you all of you that have subscribed to my YouTube channel and my TikTok channel or even my Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I'll have all of the links in the bio, in the description of the video. But anyway, let's get right to the meat of the matter. I wanted to talk to you guys about who to share with, when to share with, and if you should share. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, my name is Jacqueline Miner. Previously Yan. So my TikTok does have Jacqueline Yan, which is my maiden name. Um, I was diagnosed with HIV 23 years ago, and last year I decided to share with the world my status. Not something that everybody has to do, it may not ever do, but this is something that I chose to do because I feel like um, my ministry will be to help others just with sharing my story, my truth, how it all transpired in my life, how it happened to me. And also because there are a lot of things that people need to be educated on. My father was one of those that was a prime example of a lack of knowledge. And even the Bible talks about how we perish from lack of knowledge. And some of the small things, excuse me, um, could be something that you could use to pass on to your loved ones on how to love you. One of the things that I wanted to concentrate on today was stress. Stress, worryation, yes, plays a big role in your life and your numbers. And it's something that a lot of people don't pay attention to, and you don't really think anything of it. But Google will become your best friend if you have any questions. The reason I wanted to bring up stress is because there are a lot of things in your life that you cannot control. And when I say there are things you cannot control, there are things that will happen, and it's just life. Don't read too much into it. However, there are things in your life that you can't control. You can control who is in your circle, you can control who is a part of your life. Now, sometimes there may come a day where something will occur that is out of your control. You know, the serenity prayer, God grant me the serenity to accept the things. Is it to accept the things that I cannot change, to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference? I think I'm quoting that right. And I find that prayer so, so powerful. And I want to tell you why. Because there will come a time where, again, something happens that is out of your control. You can't change it. Therefore, let it go and let God, as my grandmother and the saints of the church would say. My mom would also say that as well. If it is out of your control, you can't control it, you let it go and you let God. You have to learn the voice of the Lord. Um, with sharing my story, one of the reasons I decided to share it was because, again, I want to be able to help others. And just sharing my story, how it happened to me, what has happened in my life since then, is something that I think is powerful and may be powerful for others. There is someone in your life that you will come across that cannot be blessed until you get in your proper place. Just like when you pour out of one cup into another, that cup can overflow and then the fluids of it falls to yet another. And it's the trickle effect. So you have to make sure that you are in the divine will of God. And um, I can't stress that enough. I just can't. We have to be in the right place. Now, we also have to know when people are in our life for a reason, season, or lifetime. Just because this is somebody that you knew way back in kindergarten doesn't mean that they're going to be in your life forever. there was a person that was a part of my life that I had known since I was 15 years old, and he was someone that I confided in after I found out that I was positive. Someone that I just knew would be in my life for a lifetime, and it was not the case, just a season. And as a matter of fact, he was one of the people that treated me the worst since my diagnosis. He was not afraid to be with me. He was not afraid to come over, visit. However, didn't want anyone to know that he was a friend of mine or that we had ever been in a relationship with. So that's why I wanted to stress to you even the more, just because you are positive doesn't mean life is over. You will find a husband, a wife, um, if you so choose and desire to. You can have children after being positive. The key to it all is educating yourself. Make sure you eat right, take your medication, make sure you find a therapist. Talking to someone and getting all of these emotions off of your chest is going to be a powerful tool. And not only will it be a powerful tool, but it will keep you healthy. Okay? So let's go back to when I found out. Now, I will say that things have changed, and um, science has evolved and has gotten better. And not only that, medicine has gotten better. I'm going to tell you this quick story while we're talking about medicine. When I was finally out of the hospital, I spent 31 days in the hospital. I spent a week in ICU. I was given my last living will and testament and told that life was over. So I know God to be a healer. I know Him to be a provider. Um, he has done so many great things in my life, so many miracles that I have yet to be able to share, that I want to share with the world. But what I'm getting at is, I guess what I'm trying to say, it's I've got so much to say. What I'm trying to say is there's a reason that things happen the way they do. And when I gotten home from the hospital and finally got my regimen of drugs to take, I chewed 6 tablets that look like Tums, if you will, the edible Tums. I had to chew 6 of these tablets every 4 hours. So I have them six tablets 4 times a day. After chewing all 6 tablets, you had to drink a full glass of water to wash them down. And when I say this medicine was awful, awful. My veins burn. I was in terrible pain, and it lasted for at least 2 to 3 hours. And then by the time it was over, I had to start all over again. Then the medicine evolved, and then I went from the chewables to actually taking capsules and so on and so forth. So what I'm getting at is medicine has changed, and now you can even take 1 pill a day. And from my understanding, there are now injections that are also available. So make sure you take the time to educate yourself, research as much as you possibly can. Now, I know for myself, when I was first diagnosed, I couldn't watch a video. I couldn't look at a commercial, let alone look at a pamphlet that had HIV and or AIDS on it. I just couldn't. It just bothered me tremendously. And then I remember one of the girls in my small circle, and I know she won't mind me saying this, but Keila Chavis, very, very dear friend of mine, she actually did the research for me and found a support group for me. At that time, there was only one support group in Wake County. And I went to this very dear support group and found some friends and was able to share and talk with people. However, the thing that support group lacked for me, and this is just me, my thoughts, my opinion, my truth. For me, it lacked talking about Christianity, talking to someone that was African American like myself, and someone that a woman, a straight woman that could understand what I had been through, what I was going through. So it was something that it lacked for me, but for that season in my life, it did help. It worked wonders in my life. So that's why I say therapy and talking to someone is very, very important, very crucial. Um, I can't stress enough having someone in your circle that you can actually confide in. Several years later, after finding that support group, my sister in law actually did her thesis in grad school about African American women that were HIV positive. And through that support group, I met my dear sister, Ruby Amagula Powers. And we are yet to this day still the best of friends. We talk throughout the day, at least 2 or 3 times a day, and she is someone that I pray with on a daily basis, as well as some other people. So this is why I say that is needed and it is very necessary for you to find someone that you can talk with. Now, through meeting Ruby, she empowered me to believe in myself, and of course, years ago when we met, because we've been friends for now probably I want to say I've been positive 23 years, and on my job 17 years this year. So I want to say Ruby and I probably have been friends for about 15, anywhere from 13 to 15 years. Nonetheless, she's someone that's very important in my life. And I think that is something that is very needed. You need that circle of friends, whether it be one or whether it be a handful, you need that circle of friends. Now, through meeting her, she's someone that has traveled the world just sharing and educating people about being positive, about how to take care of yourself. She's been on talk shows, she's been in magazines, and she was someone that has played an intricate role in my life. And I hope that maybe I can help you find that someone special. And if you need someone to talk to, we have 7 Positive Women of Valor. Inbox me and I will send you a personal link to our private chat group. And it is a therapeutic group. Just, I'm no doctor, no, not licensed. So just know this is just a circle of friends talking with each other, praying with each other. And that's all it is. So I don't want anyone to take that the wrong way. I am not a therapist nor a counselor or a psychiatrist. That is just a disclaimer. That is not me. Um, but again, I just think it's important to have someone in your circle to talk with. Now, we're going to change subjects, and I want you to know again that just because you were just diagnosed does not mean life is over. You will find a husband, you will find a wife, you will find a boyfriend. Life goes on. But even with that being said, there are some people that don't care, that may take advantage of you. So don't believe that this will protect you from anything either. So that's something I'd like to throw out there. Um, Something I'd also like to say is being mindful of who you tell, when you tell, and if you should tell, because you need to have that group of people that know that when I come to you, it's in private and in confidence. Just like when you go to the doctor and the doctor cannot tell anyone else anything about what's going on with you or what have you. This is something that's very important because I feel as a true friend, I should not have to tell you not to repeat it, not to share it. Now, at this point in my life, I don't care as much. I mean, it is what it is. I'm out on social media. I talk about it freely. It doesn't matter. However, there was a time in my life when I went to a friend and disclosed my information, and this information was passed on without my knowledge and without my permission. That is also something very important that you need to keep in mind. Keep keep in the back of your head if this is something that you do not want to share with the world. Now, if you are or decide to join the 7 Positive Women of Valor, our support group, then everyone in this group is aware that they cannot share your name or discuss anything within our group to anyone else without our permission. So this is a safe space for you to talk freely about whatever it is you want to talk about. And if there is a way that we can connect you with the right people to get the right resources, we'll be glad to do that for you as well. So I do see our group growing fast, and hopefully we'll be able to travel the globe just sharing with other people, letting other young ladies, young girls, or women know that they are not alone and that there is life after being diagnosed HIV positive. So I hope that this video was something that could help you, encourage you, or even encourage that friend of yours. So if you know someone that is positive and needs someone to talk to, just need to hear a voice of someone that understands, share the video. I hope you like it and subscribe. And thank you again for tuning in. Talk to you later. Bye bye.